Azure Gleam. Clash of Torment. The Kingdom, Alliance, and Church of Seiros join hands, laying bare their true aim, forcing the Empire to split their army between the Eastern and Western fronts. Their united armies gather their elite soldiers in the Valley of Torment and begin the march to reclaim Garreg Mach. However, the Empire will not sit idly by and let them take it.
Nice of you to swing by, Dimitri. Looks like we're all here then.
Apologies for the wait. How go the preparations?
All set. We're ready to ring in the new year with the greatest victory Fodlan has ever seen.
Every last soldier we could find is in formation and raring to go.
You'll see for yourself soon enough, and I think you're gonna like how it's looking. Are you planning on heading south right away?
That was my intention, yes. Why? Does something trouble you?
A bit, yeah. We got a report just over a month ago that Count Bergley's had withdrawn from the Eastern Front. Which happens to line up exactly with when we pulled our own forces back. It's all a little too convenient, if you ask me. What I'm not sure of is whether he puzzled out our plan with Garreg Mach, or if he fell back to fortify Enbar instead. I guess the real question is how crafty the people calling the shots for the Imperials are.
They left quite the impression on us.
He's right. We had our hands full and more over in the west. Every time we claimed a territory, we'd look for spots to set up camp, only to find the army had razed all the towns and fields to the ground as they retreated.
If they're going that far, there's a good chance they've caught on to our plan. Though I doubt they're expecting all their enemies to come marching through the Valley of Torment hand in hand.
Couldn't we have picked an easier way, though? I'm practically swimming in sweat in this heat. Let's just hope we're almost out.
I see you have scarcely changed from your days at the Academy, Hilda.
Sedith and Lady Rhea, are you joining the cause as well?
I refuse to spectate from afar while the fate of Fodlan hangs in the balance.
Well, sure, but if something were to happen to you, it would be the end of the whole church.
I am capable of taking care of myself, and I want nothing more than to aid you in this battle.
We know every inch this valley has to offer. Allow us to guide you.
If we can traverse it unnoticed, we should arrive at Garreg Mach without incident. The valley's terrain, however, is well suited for ambushes and other such craven tactics.
Yes, we must exercise the utmost caution as we proceed. Our movements should be not only swift, but sensible.
And in the off chance we do face hostilities, we'll surely require help from the Knights of Seiros.
If need be, I will lead them myself. Now come, let us restore our rightful claim to Garreg Mach, and put an end to this monstrous tyranny.
Huh? I'd like to hear from everyone. Please share any suggestions you have.
Would you mind listening to my idea?
Increase free time to promote relaxation, increase training time to develop proficiency.
I have an idea.
There are the training points.
I'll do it.
Now then.
That's settled then. Ready yourselves for battle. Okay. Okay. For those that didn't watch the last part, the Chapter 12 main quest, I suggest you do so. Either that or, like, the final moments of it. Because I'm gonna spoil things for those that didn't see it. So, when I went into the battle, it said my choices in that battle would basically shape what happens for the rest of the game. So, I didn't really know what that meant. But when I was in the battle, it's like specific characters ended up popping up. Like Alois and Fletcher. And it's like, I didn't want to defeat Alois or Fletcher. I defeated Fletcher first, and then Alois. And then I got to where Byleth was. Then we defeated him. Then we defeated Randolph. And then Geralt appeared. We defeated him, killed him, and then... spoiler alert. Byleth, who was being controlled by Sothis at that point, kills Rodrigue. So, what I read was that the choice that I made in that battle, it's like with the ambushes and whatnot, it's like apparently I was supposed to avoid the ambushes and then take out Fletcher and Alois, and then Byleth would then actually charge me to attack, leaving Randolph unprotected. So then like we can just go and defeat Randolph, and then an opposite effect would happen. But that didn't happen. So with that, I missed the chance of recruiting Byleth and Geralt. And it's like, I wanted to go that route, but it didn't happen. I did do a separate save file, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So basically when I get the chance, I'm going to go through the base camp, do what I can, and then like actually see what's up with just the one area with the main quest there. Because I doubt it will give us all of this stuff and give us either more activity points or more training points for us to just go into a main quest battle. And also, with us losing Rodrigue, I lost a few support conversations that I had, because I built them all up for Shez and for some other characters, but it's like I can't look at those anymore unless I go back to the other file and like actually go the other path, and I'm able to recruit those two. So I will get back to you with the base camp focus right after this. Alright, let's get this base camp focus started. We'll start with Arvel.
Shall we?
You must harness your emotions and continue working toward our goal. This sorrow and regret will undoubtedly make you stronger. That is how humans work, at least as far as I'm aware. Next will be Sylvain.
Oh yeah.
His Majesty and Felix have really risen to the occasion. 10 years ago, they were squabbling over who broke whose sword. Now look at them. One's a king and the other's a duke. They're fighting at each other's side, issuing orders to other lords. I won't lie, it's still hard to believe. Maybe it's time I get my act together too. I feel like he already has, for the most part.
I was thinking.
Lord Rodrigue was a good man. He went out for drinks with me on more than a few occasions. He managed to slay the leader of Gerald's mercenaries, so in a way we settled the score. But as long as the Ashen Demon's still out there, we're not going to be able to rest easy. It's like, I've said it already, but it's like I'll discuss what happened at the end of this. Since joining the Kingdom Army, I've been to a myriad of places and seen all variety of landscapes. But Iolel, I don't remember how they said it. It's truly extraordinary. I don't think there's anywhere else like it in all Fodlan. Have you heard the story of how it came to be? That this is all the work of the goddess? It's just a folk tale, but think how terrifying it would be if it were true. If the goddess saw our current state of affairs and got angry again, then we would all be in grave danger. It's like there's more to this room than there was before. It's like I haven't looked at it since I upgraded the camp.
Would you like to talk?
Sure.
Did you know?
I was recently reunited with Hilda after a terribly long time apart. She had been very worried about me. She's always spoken so kindly to me, even at the Officers' Academy. I'm trying not to cough while reading all this. I had thought it best to keep others at arm's length, and never even so much as said thank you to them. But when we were separated, I found myself missing Hilda dearly. I guess what I'm saying is, it's nice to have a friend. She makes me feel stronger and more courageous. I'm guessing they probably have some more conversations if she's speaking of Hilda lightly. Well, so lightly. Highly. Yuri boy. Yuri bird. Or, well, whatever Happy calls him. It's only a matter of time before the enemy gets wind of what we're after. In fact, they might have already.
Well, what do you think?
We'd be wise to consider the possibility of a massive battle in the Valley of Torment. Agree with him? You're right, we should be catching the enemy off guard, but they might have enough time to deploy a small elite force. That probably depends on Count Hevering, since he's defending the West, and how quickly the Emperor will react. The sooner she does, the more likely they'll send a larger army.
Right.
That being said, we're also deploying a small raiding party of our most elite in anticipation of that. Not to mention we'll be doing battle with Aulel, where larger numbers aren't particularly at an advantage. I don't think it'll be impossible to win. I'll go over there right after this one. Oh my, we may finally be able to return to Garreg Mach. The monastery serves as a symbol of the Holy Church of Seros. In the name of the goddess, we must stop at nothing to reclaim it.
Wow.
Furthermore, if we do return, we shall no longer have to burden the kingdom so. You're not a burden. Gustav is back. It's been so long, Father. How have you been faring in the Alliance? Just fine, Annette. I am relieved to see no harm has come to you. Yeah, the others do a good job looking out for me. Are you going to be joining us in the fight for Garreg Mach? I would like to, but I've been charged with managing our reserve troops. Once I have finished here, I am to return to the capital to gather Duke Yvonne and Margrave Gautier.
No way!
Working yourself to the bone as usual. Not that I want you fighting on the front lines. But isn't running around doing all those errands exhausting? Indeed it is, but you must forgive me. These duties bear great importance as well. It's good to see you, Gustav. I would have liked to have used you at some point. Where we are now isn't unbearable, but I'm sure it will get hotter once we enter the valley.
That isn't good.
Many people from Fargus don't do well in the heat, so I can't help but be concerned for them. So just find a way to stay cool. There's gotta be a way to stay cool, even in the valley. Maybe we can ask someone who knows ice magic? Oh yes, that might work. We could consult with the scholars. We won't be in any condition to fight if we're all exhausted when we reach the monastery. Man. Not liking this call. I mean, at least I get Anna early.
Got a sec?
I used to be with Gerald's mercenaries, but then our captain died, remember? Sorry about that. I didn't think they had much of a future after that, so I got hired here.
I was thinking. Got a minute?
The previous leader of the Alliance looked gentle as a kitten, but was a tough as nails old man who kept his cards close to his chest. What do you think of the new guy, Claude? I've been doing some digging into him. I'll ask him why you researched Claude. I'm not sure yet. Why were you looking into the guy?
Nah.
I've got my reasons. Nothing worth talking about, though. Well. Okay, that got me no information. I'll talk to Anna later.
Greetings, friend. Nothing to report.
Greetings, Commander. Nothing to report. Now that we've got the Alliance and Church on our side, I'm starting to think we can win this thing. You have a real humdinger of a battle coming, so I'll be cheering you on from here. Thank you, Gatekeeper. Garreg Mach smack dab in the middle of Fodlan, right? I know it's got historical significance, but is it really worth sacrificing so many lives over? It also just has hidden secrets.
Let's see.
It's a huge building, probably with some crazy catacombs underneath. Who knows what kind of secrets might be hiding down there? You think so too, huh? There definitely were some suspicious passages beneath the monastery that I didn't get to explore because I didn't get the DLC for 3 houses. Did you know?
Hey!
They say that long ago, this area wasn't a valley, but a lush, vast forest. But when the goddess saw how thoroughly corrupt humans had become, she flew into a rage. She unleashed divine judgment from the heavens, reducing the entire region of whatever the ash. Do you think the flames are still burning under the ground after all this time? Maybe. That's probably why it's so hot.
Got a minute?
Are we sure Her Grace the Archbishop should be commanding the front lines? It could get real hairy out there. Can she even fight? Though I did hear she took command during the battle when the monastery fell. At any rate, we can't let anything happen to her. Gotta stay sharp out there. Gotta stay sharp. A lot of these people are alone.
Well...
The Shrang army would have invaded by now if we didn't have the Margrave keeping watch. Let me get my Dedu voice. After one particularly fierce conflict long ago, it was agreed that Shrang and his people would be subject to Fargus's will. However, they still attack in hopes of claiming our fertile lands.
Incidentally...
On the other hand, Dusker and Fargus had a tumultuous relationship decades ago. Hopefully I said that word right. And yet you can count the number of conflicts between them on one hand. That could be due to Dusker's lands being more fertile than the ones in Fargus. Maybe. Let me talk to Shamir. Let me talk to Shani. If this plan works and we retake Garreg Mach, then the war will be over, as long as the Empire isn't run by fools, that is. Agree with her? Yeah, it'll be nearly impossible for the Empire to make a comeback after losing Garreg Mach. All that's left... all that's left is to see if they are capable of admitting defeat, right?
Alright.
Pretty much. If they don't, then we'll have to keep taking them out till there's no one left. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Well, we've stayed a good while, but it's finally time to say goodbye to the Kingdom Army base camp. Once the battle at Garreg Mach is over, we'll be joining up with the Alliance.
Hear me out.
I promised the gang here that we'd throw back a few drinks and celebrate once Garreg Mach is reclaimed. Talk to Bernie. The Valley of Torment. The name alone sends chills down my spine. And even if I survive, my father's going to be waiting at Garreg Mach on the other side. Now I'm doubly terrified. You all go ahead. I'm going to just burrow under a blanket forever. I'm gonna call her bluff.
What do you think?
Alright, you can hold things down here. Should I let Dimitri know? Or do you want to do it yourself?
Don't worry.
Oh, what I meant was, I'll give it my best. Always gotta call her bluffs. Cause I'll do a bunch of stuff like in between here. What are these people thinking approaching Garreg Mach through that insufferable valley? It is unbearably hot, the paths are precarious, and danger lurks around every corner. What misery. It's so depressing. In fact, that I want to go back to bed. You can do that, Lindhart. It's your boy Lorenz. Back with another humble fact, I guess. I don't know. Huh. Noble fact. Now that the Alliance forces have joined us, we should be returning to Claude's command. However, we will continue to work with you all until we have reclaimed the monastery. Express gratitude. Glad to hear it. I was worried you all would cut out of here as soon as you could. Fought so many battles together at this point. It's like you belong here anyway. The order comes from Claude, but it was never our intention to leave partway through. We are proof of the friendship between the Kingdom and the Alliance, so to speak. We appreciate your continued cooperation. Yeah, continued cooperation. We talk to them and I'll talk to, Set Up the Flame.
Oh, it's you.
Alright, this is it. We're finally storming Garreg Mach. My blood's boiling. But I gotta say, if we're gonna attack them anyway, there's no need to sweat our backsides off sneaking through Alel, or Alel, or whatever. We should just kick down the doors and start knocking Imperial skulls. Ha ha ha. Oh my goodness!
A moment.
I know the terrain from Garreg Mach to Alel well. I shall act as our guide. Of course, the Archbishop will be leading us in battle, and is prepared to employ the full might of the Knights of Seros. If we squander this opportunity, so too goes our chance to retake Garreg Mach. We must succeed at all costs. The goddess's protection is on our side. Let us fight together to claim victory. Can I talk to Flame? At long last, it seems we will be able to return to Garreg Mach. The monastery is like home to me. It is the only place I can imagine going back to. I vow to do my very best, so I hope you all lend me your strength. Once we are safely behind Garreg Mach's walls again, I hope we can reopen the Officers' Academy as well. That we will, Flame, that we will. And then they just go to talking. Yeah, okay. There's General. I'd hoped for a swift return to my unit, but now that we've come so far together,
Essentially.
I must admit, I've grown very fond of the people in this army. I used to feel such animosity towards Fargus, but now I actually want them to win. Can't believe it. If you hear that noise, sorry about that noise. That dog. Ooh, dog. Okay. Dorothea.
That's not good.
There haven't been any sightings of Ferdy or Hubby in months, or Hubie in months. I hope they've been merely stripped of their station and not something worse. I know they're our enemies, but I wonder if we'll see them at Garreg Mach. Yeah, Edie's probably still under control, and who knows where Hubert is.
Oh, hi.
We're gonna take back the monastery next, aren't we? It's been ages. I missed the Officers' Academy. I was never good at book learning, but it was fun hanging out with everyone from our classes. What do you remember most? The mock battle?
Yeah.
Probably the mock battle, though I wouldn't say it's exactly a good memory. Oh yeah, you got yourself into a real mess back there. We had a great party afterwards, though.
Oh,
I wonder
man.
what's going on at the monastery right now. Is anyone from the old days still there? How old are you talking? Ingrid! Losing Lord Rodrigue was terrible, but we cannot afford to mourn him indefinitely. Right now we need to remain vigilant. The enemies could still try to take us by surprise. Their harsh environment and unusual terrain must make it unsuitable for large armies. But it is perfect for guerrilla tactics. The enemy's not the only one who will be taking advantage of that. Let's see. Alright. I'll go up here, and then I'll go into the middle section there.
Please listen.
While you were fighting in the west, we've been shuttling between the eastern and western fronts providing support. The eastern front had their share of struggles as well. The Alliance's meager forces were up against the Minister of Military Affairs army after all. Though the enemy was superior in number and more experienced, the Alliance was able to stave off the onslaught through a deft deployment of strategies. It's Cyril, or however you say his name, Cyril. They say it different ways.
Hey,
So I say it different ways. A lot of people in the church are wound up about that power of yours. Some of them even suspect you're in league with Tomas. But I don't think that's true. We can trust you, right? I'll reassure him.
Right on.
Of course, I'm not good at putting one over on people anyway. Gotcha. You know, I was told to keep you away from Lady Rhea.
uh-huh.
But she seems to trust you, so I'm not going to worry about it. He's not worried about it.
Hi there. Say,
So tell me, are you one of the people worried about Lady Rhea's ability to command on the front lines? I'm not worried. It's Lady Rhea. Nah, not really. She used to deploy the knights to settle conflicts, didn't she? And to good effect, from what I've heard. It's not hard to imagine she would make a great commander. That's right, she's got more experience leading armies than most of our generals combined. I wanted to fight by her side, but Lady Rhea insisted I aid the Kingdom Army. So I got her support conversation.
Greetings.
Oh, it's a little close.
So it is.
So it is pretty close. I've heard tell of your exploits. You have been working rather hard, it seems. Though it may not have been for the church, you saved our lives nonetheless. As the Archbishop of the Church of Seros, allow me to express my sincere gratitude. I'll give a humble response.
You sure?
Oh, it was nothing. No need to thank me personally or anything. You have earned the goddess's favor, regardless of your beliefs. The Empire, on the other hand, must face severe punishment for inciting such a foolish conflict. I ask that you continue to wield your magnificent power with righteousness.
I entrust this to you.
For Fodlan and all who reside here, I am counting on you. Thank you, Lady Rhea. It's Dimitri and Felix. Let's talk to Felix. As is both. Let us move out, Shez. The course of the war will be determined by whether or not we can retake Garreg Mach. Oops. The time has come to put an end to this painfully long conflict, as well as avenge those who have fallen. I will do my best to cut a path forward for all. I am sure we will accomplish great things.
Greetings.
Is something the matter, Felix? You are more reticent than usual.
No.
I'm fine. I just have something on my mind. Join me for some sparring later, Boar. I want to make sure all this politicking hasn't dulled your spear. Okay. Oh. An old letter. Dear Father and Mother, it has been 4 months since my last letter. The days show no sign of warming, but I hope you are keeping well. The instructors here are really putting us through our paces, and His Highness is a demanding training partner, to say the least. Still, I'm managing to enjoy myself. I'm writing to let you know that I've been asked to join the Dusker trip planned for the Horsebow Moon. I know Father was rather concerned about the possibility last we met, but hardly trained enough, so in the worst case scenario, I could be his human shield. When I joked about such a thing, His Highness said he didn't find that funny. Maybe in a break between discussions in Dusker, I could get planned to return to the castle. I want to see how far Felix, with my own eyes. Tell him not to neglect for me, will you? If he ever hopes to best me, let alone His Highness, he'll have to start training by dragging boulders up a mountain. P.S. The other day I received a very nice dagger sent it to Galatea with a letter. If she ever comes to Fraldarius, let her know how much I miss. Gonovin Fraldarius. Someone's letter home to their family. The writing is smeared in places, making it hard to read. An old letter, written by Glenn. Okay, so she's inside, so she's not all gloomy. I have finally returned to my old self. Now my name shall be known throughout all of Fargus as well. Cheer on. Good luck with that. How are you going to make a name for yourself?
Indeed.
Through magic, of course. My aim is to master the magical arts. I swear, one day I shall restore House Nouvelle to its former glory. Awesome. Alrighty, so that was everybody. So I pretty much have to just go around and train and eat and I guess I can see what.
Gotcha.
Little close. We're finally on our way to Garreg Mach. Heh, even I'm all fired up. That place is special to me. Do everything you can to get it back, okay? Oh, and I'm all stocked up on what you need to get the job done. You've got this.
Well, hello there.
So those. Yeah, you're not really stocked up on much, are you? But then I'll worry about that later. I think I'll cut this one short, because all the stuff that I'm going to do, I'm just going to do off screen, because there's a whole lot that I want to do. So, it's like the main thing I'm going to try to do is get whatever support conversations up. So the next part will be support conversations. There probably won't be that many. It'll probably be condensed down to one part because it's like we're at the end of the video. So like, you know, there's gonna be spoilers for the last chapter. So because Rodrigue died, I lost probably maybe 3 or 4 conversations. So I won't have to worry about those. But it's like I'm mad that I could not recruit Byleth and Geralt. It's like that's still eating at me. Because it's like I don't know if this is the final chapter or if there's another one after this one. Because as you probably saw on the war map, and I did check the war map, it's only there's only a main quest. So after the support conversation part, it will be the main quest for chapter 13. And then whatever happens, happens. And then, like, we'll see. So, for those that watch this part, let me know if, after I beat the game, if you want me to go back to chapter 12's main quest and get Byleth and Geralt and see the different story. Basically see that slight path and see like what differences there will be. Like, let me know in the comments. Because if not, I'm just gonna do that off screen. So pretty much everything I'm gonna do, like going up to the next part, which is probably changing classes, building up like a class experience for people that need it. Going back to previous chapters and like getting S ranks and all that. All that will be off screen. So until next time, I'll be seeing you.